Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon, is a brutal, thrilling dive into a twisted Arthurian nightmare. You wake 600 years after King Arthur's death in a cursed land that hates you on sight. And honestly, the feeling's mutual. Every sunset brings wordness that chews on reality like it's a snack. There's no guiding hand here. Just mud, monsters, and your own bad decisions. Whether you charge in as a berserker alchemist, summon skeletons as a blacksmith, don't ask. Or sneak around as yet another stealth archer, your path is yours. Your doom, likely. No shiny quest markers. Just a rusty blade, a flicker of hope, and a world that whispers lies. The combat might feel like dragging a sword through molasses at first, but stick with it. It sharpens into something fierce. The air hums with secrets, magic, and moral messes that make Merlin sweat. And yes, you can ride a golden armored horse, because why not face doom looking fabulous? This isn't just a game. It's a test. And if you survive, you'll be one of the few who can say you conquered a world built to break you.
I am Arthur Pendragon. I led humans to Avalon shores.
Q Strikes is a lightning-fast clash of steel and spirit, set in a blood-soaked era where honor is earned in seconds and lost even faster. You rise from the grave for one last chance at carnage and glory, with only a single hit between life and death. The Shinigami watches closely as ghostly swordsmen, vengeful monks, and fearless fighters clash in brutal duels where every frame counts. No flashy combos, no room for hesitation. Just timing, precision, and instinct. Every swing could be your last breath. Blink, and you're back in hell. The combat is stripped down to the essentials. Spacing, reading your opponent, and committing to your strike. It's like chess with katanas, if chess ended in under 10 seconds and everyone was screaming. A refined evolution of one strike, now with deeper risk and reward, smoother performance, and a clean black and white aesthetic that cuts sharper than any blade. With 6 fighters and short, addictive matches, 2 Strikes doesn't ask for your time. It demands your focus. Nine Kings is a chaotic, combo-filled strategy game where building the most powerful kingdom isn't just the goal, it's the playground. You mix spells, buildings, and troops into absurdly overpowered synergies, then cackle as your army steamrolls everything in sight. One round, it's undead mushroom warfare. The next, you're stealing spells mid-battle, or casually sacrificing goats for power. It's a roguelite, wave defense fever dream. And yes, it gets weird, like Crash Your Game with Rats weird. You're not just surviving waves, you're theory crafting, deck building, betraying allies, and occasionally blowing yourself up with your own fire mushroom combo. The chaos is half the charm. Even with the occasional crash or bug, you're hooked, strategizing between blood rituals and explosive wizard duels, like it's a perfectly normal Tuesday. Long live the king. At least until someone fuses lightning with diplomacy again. Duck Detective, The Ghost of Glamping, is a cozy whodunit where you slip into the webbed feet of Eugene McQuacklin, a feathered sleuth back on the case. This time, the mystery unfolds at a spooky campsite, where the real hauntings might be emotional baggage and a suspiciously carb-heavy past. You interrogate quirky suspects, gather clues, and solve puzzles while dealing with a new partner you didn't exactly ask for. Fully voice-acted and sprinkled with just enough drama to keep you roasting marshmallows. It's a short, charming mystery proving even ducks need closure, and maybe one last slice of sourdough. Reviewers praise its witty humor, clever puzzles, and playful wordplay that bring the characters to life. The story stands strong on its own, so jumping in fresh won't leave you lost, though fans love the nods to the original. Gameplay is classic clue hunting, but freshened with fun tools like a magnifying glass and note-taking, keeping the investigation lively. At around 2.5 hours, it's a quick dive with no fluff, leaving you wanting more, because even ducks know a good mystery is never really over.
I've always been drawn to mystery and misery, like a duck.
Splitgate 2 Beta is a free-to-play shooter that flips the genre on its head by adding portals that change everything. You zip through fluid, momentum-based movement, chaining portals to outsmart opponents, and pull off plays that feel like teleporting magic. The gunplay demands precision, rewarding sharp aim and quick reflexes, whether you're lining up a headshot or diving into chaotic close-quarters fights. Fresh maps, new modes, and weapons drop regularly, keeping the action fast and the surprises coming. It's like combining a sci-fi parkour race with a classic shooter. Just don't get lost in your own portals. Players rave about the fast-paced experience and smooth tutorial that sets you up perfectly. The first arena rounds hit with fresh excitement and challenge, capturing the spirit of the original while promising more staying power. Sure, there's some server hiccups and loading slowdowns, especially if your CPU isn't the newest, but the gameplay stays engaging and is often hailed as one of the best free-to-play shooters out there. Early impressions show huge potential, even if it's still a bit rough around the edges in beta. Patience pays off as updates roll in, with hopes this will build a lasting community. It's a solid foundation that hooks you without needing to shout about it, because sometimes the best magic is subtle. YouTuber's Life 3, streamed together, is a vibrant simulation where you dive into the fierce world of content creation, aiming to become the ultimate online star. Starting in an empty room, you build your empire by crafting epic videos, snapping viral photos, and battling rivals in an online card game to steal followers. Upgrading your gear, hiring a dream team, and scoring brand deals push you up the global ranks. Fame brings chances to attend exclusive events and connect with creators worldwide. Networking has never been this digital or fun. Just watch out. The only thing more contagious than your content might be the virtual envy of your rivals. But here's the twist. This new chapter turns the laid-back simulation into a competitive card game that some say feels more like a chore than a challenge. The graphics keep their charm, and multiplayer adds fresh ideas. Yet many find the card battles repetitive and the constant online grind draining. Missing the offline, relaxed vibe of the originals, some fans feel this sequel traded its soul for online drama. Character customization still shines, but overall, this game has players divided like a video gone viral for all the wrong reasons. Warhammer 40,000, Boltgun, Words of Vengeance is a fast-paced rail shooter with a twist. You don't just blast enemies, you type out words from the Warhammer universe to unleash destruction. On the war-torn Forge World Grail, you become Malum Cato, purging cultists, traitors, and daemons with lightning-fast keystrokes. The faster and more accurate you are, the deadlier your attacks become. One wrong letter could mean your doom. It's a wild mix of intense action and lore-rich phrases that turns your keyboard into a weapon mightier than any bolt gun. Early players call it a quirky, surprisingly addictive typing tutor wrapped in grimdark glory. Sure, it might feel like a clever ad for Boltgun 2, but the humor, rapid-fire challenges, and Warhammer-themed words keep you hooked. The difficulty can sneak up on you, especially if you struggle with dyslexia, making every session a real test of skill. Some visual glitches pop up on ultra-wide monitors, and a few input freezes remind you this is no walk in the park. Still, this game nails a fresh, fun way to level up your typing while diving deep into Warhammer lore, proof that even in a universe obsessed with guns, sometimes your fingers are the deadliest weapon. Who knew typing lessons could be this grim and gritty? Tales of Seikyu is a charming early-access life sim that lets you settle on a mystical island where yokai live openly in human form. You'll farm, craft, fish, and even shapeshift into magical creatures like a crow tengu or a mischievous slime. Building relationships with a quirky cast of villagers unlocks heartwarming stories and maybe even romance. Cozy homestead life meets adventurous exploration, seasonal festivals, and secret ruins waiting for you to discover. Decorating an ancestral inn or diving for sunken treasure keeps every day fresh. Stardew Valley crashed a supernatural folklore party. Just watch out when you turn into a boar and cause trouble on the farm. The world is visually stunning, with rich lore and an immersive soundtrack that feels like a peaceful getaway. But beware, the pacing can drag, with slow movement and locked content that makes waiting feel like a side quest. The tech tree sometimes gives you fancy hats instead of useful upgrades, and bugs pop up with odd animations that amuse more than annoy. It's rough around the edges, but full of promise, kind of like a yokai who's still learning to blend in. Cauldron is a thrilling mix of exploration, monster battles, and endless minigame grinding that lets you shape your own adventure. You step into the shoes of Nyx, a young witch dropped into a shadowy world full of secrets and strange allies. Whether you're a meticulous strategist or someone who loves to watch numbers explode with exponential upgrades, Cauldron has you covered. With over 20 heroes boasting unique skill trees, multiple play modes like Idol, Pacifist, and Evil, plus an auto-battler and resource-collecting upgrades, there's no single way to win. When you're not battling, the snarky pink sidekick and talking birds keep things lively, because even witches need a bit of sass. The core gameplay loops around simple, yet satisfying minigames, like apple catching, fishing, and mining, each evolving dramatically with upgrades that can turn a chill session into a bullet hell frenzy. Combat exists, but is often bypassable, letting you focus on upgrade trees and resource management. The charming art style and witty writing add fun without overwhelming, making it addictive for those who love variety and freedom in how they play. Just watch out for a bug or two. No game's perfect, but this one brews a deep, fun experience worth diving into. Kathy Rain 2, Soothsayer is a gripping point-and-click urban thriller that throws you into your toughest case yet. It's 1998, and your life is on the edge. Car barely running, fridge empty, eviction knocking. Then, a hefty reward for cracking the Soothsayer serial murders offers a lifeline. But high stakes mean deadly risks. Stunning pixel art bursts with dynamic lighting and cinematic hand-drawn scenes, making every clue leap off the screen. Familiar voices return, but the story is deeper, darker, and more sprawling. Solving murders is one thing, but staying alive? That's the real challenge. The game blends classic detective work with subtle supernatural twists, creating a mystery that feels both familiar and fresh. Investigation and adventure puzzles flow smoothly, keeping you hooked for 7 to 9 hours. The plot starts grounded, but gradually pulls you into occult themes that enhance the emotional punch without drowning the story. Kathy's depth and internal struggles give the experience real weight. The moody pixel art and improved pacing, especially in travel, pull you further into the world. Sensitive topics are handled with care, making this follow-up a sharp upgrade. Sometimes, solving murders feels easier than dodging eviction notices. Guess Kathy knows that struggle all too well.
That silly old man just wants one last case with his protege.